The term military analyst is not a legally protected term. It's not like doctor, it's more like economist. You know, any asshole can start calling themselves one and fart out a vaguely plausible opinion on the current situation.
So I'm gonna chintz. I'm gonna be a bad economist, and yet at the same time, I'm gonna provide an opportunity for any young aspiring economists out there. If you want to start sinking your teeth into some chew the bones and produce some economics, so, which by the way, you don't have to like be a PhD. You don't actually have to be like degreed to be an economist. You just have to research and write intelligent things and publish your findings on the internet. And if it has merit, it will carry itself forward. To be perfectly, I mean, it helps to get a little bit of training in economics. But to be perfectly honest, you're wasting your time going through like a PhD. Just go grab the data, do some number crunching. Having a good statistics background helps. Have an interesting thesis, write a report. Hell, you got a book and it's interesting, just publish it. You really can just sidestep it. But that makes, and I'm being serious about it, that makes good ideas the makings of an economist, right? Which I think I've done, if you permit me to pat myself on the back. I've done that rather well, analyzing the sexual, dating, romance, marriage marketplace from an economics lens. Basically saying, hey, women are the fuel that the economic engines called men run on. Prove me wrong. And that's way more interesting, important, and exciting than I'll pit that. I'll pit one of my books I've written about that topic against any doctoral thesis coming out of America's universities past 10 years. I'll pit it again. Mine at minimum will be more interesting. I'm going to say 98% of them more important to the economy. There might be one or two people out there who I don't know. I'm just covering my bases, but I'm pretty proud of my work is what I'm saying. And you don't have to waste your time with academia to become an economist. It's wide open right now. Pay isn't great, but it's wide open right now. And so I want to give an idea for somebody, not me, to go and research because I am old. I also have a nice 2-week sabbatical here at the Northern Command, and I'm just going to watch cartoons, play video games, hit the freaking gym, and go hiking. And otherwise have some nice downtime after tax season and all that. And I thought about it, and this idea that came into my head. I said, okay, well, how would you do that? I'm like, yeah, you know what? You know what Cappy's gonna do? I'm gonna become a boomer. That's right. I'm gonna hand off the work, the heavy lifting to you. I'm gonna be the big idea guy. And I'm gonna let you guys do the math and the research. Fred was here, rest his soul. I would have tossed this to him. So here's my thesis, my theory. Okay. Downtown, where all the action is, of course, and real estate prices in general, especially between commercial and residential, have seen a lot of tumult and chaos the past, 15 years if we include the housing bubble. And right now, as the housing and commercial real estate market sits, there are a lot of variables that are affecting it. You had very low interest rates beforehand, driving prices up. You have a housing shortage because we have way too many college graduates and not enough like real men and women who are plumber, tradesmen, contractors, things like that. Contractors that you do have are increasingly inept while the old experienced ones retire. And so your quality of construction is going down. Interest rates have gone up now with the shortage of housing and interest rates going up. The housing don't come down as it did the last time. But now you have high interest rates, short supply, and a lot of young people cannot afford housing. Consequently, this drives up rents. A lot of you can't afford rents. And then especially downtown is interesting because your commercial real estate has gone to shit because people finally, I don't know why it took a disease for people to wake up. We finally realized, hey, we could work from home. You got remote work in there, right? They got articles now in San Francisco, but especially the Twin Cities, because I hate the Twin Cities. They had the Ameriprise building, a medium-sized skyscraper, went for $93 3% off its peak. There were other downtown buildings selling 80% off from their peak in 2017, 2018. People don't go downtown anymore because there's no bars. Another variable, I'm not doing this because I am anti-democratic or an anti-democrat, but it's true. Democrat policies, which are pro-crime, they are pro-crime and pro-shit in the streets. Yes, they are. That's how far we've come. The riots, I guess, somewhat tangentially related. Crime is up. People don't prosecute crimes in major metro areas. Oh, what else? Let me take a look at my notes. Online dating, right? You used to go downtown where all the action is, but now you got social media and online dating, also probably prompted by the disease. So you're not going to nightclubs anymore. The nightclubs are dying, also driving commercial real estate down. I see all these restaurants closing down in part because people aren't drinking anymore, going downtown. And there also has to be this thing called crime, where Democrat city council people line up and, oh my God, crime, it feels so good. It's what they do behind your back. You don't know it. And then I'd even say lower testosterone, right? Guys would go downtown where all the action was. And you go to the bars. But now there's Nebraska on the internet where they grow corn. And you can, 5 minutes, and I don't have to spend $20 on a cover. I'd even go so far as to claim the internet, particularly the red pill community, has made men realize it's pretty stupid to drive downtown, risk a parking ticket, stand in line, $20, $25 cover, $20, $25 drinks, right? Nightclubs and bars do not account for the majority of commercial real estate in any major metropolitan area, but it accounts for its vibrancy a little bit, right? I don't even think a quarter of the venues I used to attend in downtowns are even open anymore. So they're all closed. And so, but there was one other variable, and I was starkly reminded of it that hasn't affected downtown. I was listening to Raymond Thoughts and Minds and subscribe to his channel. He's trying to make it, and he's well on his way to do it. a little dour, a little pessimistic, but he was talking, he's in Ohio, right? It's cold. They got state, local, and federal taxes, income taxes. And he's talking about how a lot of men his age, he's 36, I believe, 38, 36. These guys, they said, well, why would I live in Ohio? And he says, because housing's affordable. Same thing with Erica Shanta Williams, real estate investor type of gal. She's like, hey, there's some good deals. Jason Harmon, there's some good deals in Alabama and Mississippi. Why would I want to go there? Because the housing's affordable. Right? That's not where all the action is. And that's what these young men were telling Raymond. They're like, well, there's no girls there. And he's like, yeah, there's no girls here. Right? But you weren't going to get them anyway. And that's where he has a very pessimistic or cynical, somewhat educatedly jaded view. Not going to disagree necessarily. But one of the main complaints is when he says, look, go to parts of the country where housing is affordable. All the guy says, yeah, but there aren't no pretty girls there. When I have clients come in, Cappy, where should I live? And I present Reconnaissance Man. A lot of people are looking to get out of high tax, high feces, high Democrat adult pooping in the street, high crime areas. And they're trying to find, something with lower crime, warmer, lower taxes, logically. But the guy's like, yeah, what are the girls like down there? And then it dawned on me, you got all these variables I just mentioned before, right? You got crime. You got adult Democrats pooping in the street. You got high interest rates. You got low supply residential, too much supply commercial. You got people working from home. You got online dating. You got Nebraska. And it just, but how much you want to bet the fact that women are no longer conducive, right? I've never made a moral judgment. You girls can do whatever you want with your life, and I'm not going to tell you what you could do, but you definitely are not interested in the traditional marriage, which would mean you would have stayed traditionally, physically, and classically female beautiful, right? We have what by traditional measures would be considered probably, we could say this of the men too. We could say this of all Americans. There has never been uglier Americans in the history of America. There's never been an uglier people. 75% of Americans are fat. 60% of young people are fat, both men and women. I think men and women might be tied now. It used to be men were a little bit more overweight than women, and now the women have caught up, maybe even surpassed, but we're more or less on par. But since I know for a fact female youth and beauty is what powers all economies, I cannot help but think the absence of pretty, feminine, attractive women, especially among the younger groups, that's had to have taken a negative toll on both commercial and residential prices in downtown areas. Because that's what it was in my day, pre-internet. Like, well, where are the girls? We want to go where the girls are. Because we want to get fucking laid. Oh, my. They want sex. Oh. Somebody give me my pearls so I might clutch them. Oh my God, men want to get laid by pretty thin women with tiggle bitties as well. Oh, Beauregard! Quick, kill all of them! Said the religious right ladies. Oh, wait, it's not religious right. Oh, interesting. Very interesting how you've become what you've hated now, feminist ladies. I was sitting there thinking, yeah, male labor force participation rate is down. The NEET or NILF rate, not in the labor force rate, is up. You all got the panic. Oh my goodness, 7 million young men aren't working and paying taxes to fund my nonprofit job. Won't somebody please think of the privileged liberal white woman? Beauregard. You're all panicked about that. It is taking its toll on the labor market. Labor force participation rate, economic growth is half of what it used to be 60 years ago. God, it's probably even less now if I were to update my figures. Figures, not fingers, figures. Some other young economists do that for me. I'm done doing the economics work. No one listened to me anyway. I'm just going off of memory now. I'm like, yes, data's like 10 years old, but it probably still holds. The most lazy, don't give a fuck no more economists. I don't know, about 5%. Why 5%? It's just what I feel in my stomach. I gotta imagine that in addition to the destruction, the severe slowing down of men's labor force participation, the uglification, the obesity fattening up. Let's call it fattening up. The masculinization, the destruction of pretty feminine women in the West. Let's just put it that way. Just as it has wreaked havoc on male labor, on the male labor force, I gotta imagine it's gotta have an effect on downtown pricing. And it's hard to figure that out. So we got to do a multivariate analysis. This is where we wish we had Fred. Because there's so many other significant variables. Interest rates alone, I'd say that's larger. The lack of housing supply, because we have I'm going to say it again, we have way too many worthless college graduates who don't do anything, and not enough real men and women who build shit. Cappy, aren't you one of those people who are worthless? Yes, I am. Although I do my own stuff now, so I'm not pulling from the limited supply. It's like, that mechanic's free. I'll fix my own shit. So there's, the interest rates, this labor supply, the housing supply, remote work. These are all tremendous variables having an effect. But if we could remove all of them and just focus and measure what the effect of women becoming men in the United States has had on downtown prices, Certainly commercial. I mean, we can see that. I can already point that out because how many do I even have to look it up? Do you need Source Bro for me to point out that there are no nightclubs or bars anymore? We know that's gone downhill, but I'm also then curious about, okay, what would housing prices be if there were thin, attractive women? If there was a vibrant downtown community, we could go and ask girls out and maybe 1 out of 5 times end up on a date, which was the industry average back then. Yeah, listen to me. Listen to me very carefully, all right? The only reason you got civilization is because men like pretty girls, and there used to be pretty girls, and we got laid. I don't care how impolite or politically incorrect that sounds. If you like civilization, men better be getting laid. If you really like civilization, we better have children, and they better be ours because then we're like, oh, my children, I got to take care of them. We'll go do amazing fucking shit. But when the fuel octane goes from jet fuel with an octane of 120 down to an octane of like 56, I don't think the engine's revving that much anymore. And by consequence, I don't think people go downtown anymore where all the action is. Because even back then in the day, it was bullshit. Just like, go downtown where all the action is. Well, what was the action? The action was you park your car, the meter maids give you a ticket, you stand in line, it's freezing cold, you pay money for a cover, you get a bunch of numbers that are fake. This is in the numbers days. This was before the Instagram days. And then you buy a bunch of girls drinks, you yell at them at a nightclub or at a bar, and then you don't get laid. Generally, every once in a while, they had to keep you coming back. You'd occasionally have a date, you'd occasionally get laid, but it was a tremendous waste of time, And now that the girls are less attractive, less feminine. Okay, you know what, ladies? I'll argue on your terms. Women are less traditional and less feminine, right? You're all gorgeous. You're beautiful, girlfriends. You're all amazing, but not in that classical, disgusting June Cleaver way. Not like that Betty Bossmer way. Ooh, gross. You'd like that? You're right. You're beautiful on a whole new level. You're very masculinely beautiful. Don't tell me that didn't have an effect on real estate prices exactly downtown where there is no action. Like, there's no action, right? They always say, go downtown where all the action is. That meant two things. One, in the daytime, it would be a bustling downtown community, and it was almost like there was a culture unto it. You'd sell your downtown big skyscrapers, eat at different restaurants if you wanted to, if you could afford it. Okay, you're part of a community. And then at night, go get a happy hour. Or then go to a nightclub. Maybe, and guess what? There were girls in both. There was a time you could ask a girl out at work. It was quite some time ago, but you could do it. And they might be wearing pencil skirts and dressed smartly, corporately, but sexy too. And they might even want to meet a husband at a place because he have a job, he'd be employed. And in a field that they're both working in. If you could imagine such a world, then maybe you take the girl to the bar, or maybe you go to a nightclub later. Maybe you even live downtown. So after work, you went downtown to your condo, you worked out at the gym, you cleaned up, maybe you had some dinner, and then you went out with your buds to a nightclub. And maybe now things were pretty bad back then. Then maybe you meet a girl and you bring her back home and you have sex with her. Oh, I know. We got to go back in time and kill all those men. Right? Ladies, we need some government financing to create a time machine to go back and kill all those nasty, nasty, nasty men who had sex with women. Willingly, too. Oh, my God. And now, what, are you going to buy? Really? Is any guy going to go downtown? Why would you go downtown? There's no, I looked at residential real estate prices in downtown metro areas based in, we'd have to do 50 different major cities. It generally seems to be going up. Commercial real estate has tanked. It's just tanked. That's tanked. But I think it's more because of residential housing shortage. Prices all over are going up in spite of riots and burning them down. Although that's probably why they went out. They burned so many buildings down in Minneapolis, there's very few left standing. There was the Minneapolis City Council. That's how you salute them, if you were just wondering. But I got to imagine, with the lack of classically pretty women, thin, attractive, with the lack of feminine women, and certainly a significant drop in women that are interested in marriage. That's not my opinion. Go look up the Pew Research. If you assume self-reporting and they were being honest, it's a fact. Why? That should really kill any male demand to buy residential in a downtown area. And it certainly has killed any demand for men to go downtown to a nightclub or a bar. And one could even say that drinking habits have changed among the younger generations as well. And so I was curious, what has been the effect of ugly women on downtown real estate prices? Oh my God, you're such a shh. No one cares anymore that you're offended. No one cares. No one cares. This is when you keep tackling the safe subjects, right? That's safe, fine. You don't identify real threats or weaknesses. You don't identify true opportunities, right? You sometimes miss the whole problem in its entirety. If you are a professional, academic, institutional professor bigwig, by all means, do your analysis and ask your boring, politically correct, polite questions. And have fun with what is interest rate sensitivity under the M2 money supply in the central time zone? That's my doctoral thesis. Oh boy, look out. You're gonna do fucking brand new Maynard Keynes over here. If you'll permit me to do what you can't, because you don't live in a genuinely free thought world, I want to know what the effect of having fat, ugly women has had on housing prices in downtown areas, given all the other significant factors that are also having an effect. I want to know what's the effect. If there's a bunch of cute, hot women, like, maybe I answered my question. Maybe you just compare different cities, right? Where we go find out where the attractive women are. Dallas, Miami. I remember talking to Myron about this. He's like, yeah, the new places are Miami, Vegas, Dallas, not New York and not LA. And he was right. Aren't those the towns that are growing the most? Like, if we were to look at booming major metros, it isn't Chicago. It isn't New York. It's not LA. It certainly the fuck ain't Minneapolis or Milwaukee. It's where the attractive women are in the South. Am I wrong? I'm not saying that's the only thing. Taxes, nice weather, obviously. Boy, the taxes alone would explain why Texas is hot and California is shit, because everyone's escaping California to go to Texas. Hey, by the way, tech billionaires, what are they called? Silicon Valley tech billionaires and geniuses? Wow, it only took you 25 fucking years to realize California was a shithole. If only there was an economist you could have paid, say, let's say a cool $1 million a piece for you to say, yeah, move over there. You'll save billions of dollars. Oh, here's 1/1000th of the money you saved us. Thank you. But don't listen to me. Stick around for a quarter century. Keep taking it up the ass with the pro-crime communist pieces of shit. Are there attractive women in San Francisco? Are there attractive women in LA anymore? Are they all like my age, 50 and kind of has-beens? I really want to know. I'd like to see, what we could do. It had to take some research. Yeah, my mind started to figure it out. One of you young, not boomer economists, one of you young kids go out and do this. Right? You go do the young economic hard work stuff. Go just poll. Go look at women on the street in a downtown area, right? Every major city's got their downtown area. And go look at the hot women, just rate them, right? And then you'll have at least a photo shoot at that point in time. All right, the average girl here was let's say Chicago, a 4, right? Kind of former Rust Belt, eat a lot of Polish sausage, watch a lot of Wrigley games, right? You're a 4, kind of frumpy. what's been the population growth or the gross municipal product, which you can't even get good gross municipal product. You get regional, like which includes the burbs. I'm like, no, I want a downtown area. I want the downtown area. So you could look at downtown real estate prices. You could look at that. And then compare it to Miami or Nashville or what's another one? What's hot? Phoenix. Want to see how thin are the women in Phoenix? How attractive are they? Go to Scottsdale. That's I admit it's very high end. But what? There's not a high end part of Milwaukee. I know there's high end, but there's not a high end part of Kansas City. Let's take a look, and I bet you, the thinner or more attractive. Let's not just say thinner. Let's say the higher the girls are on a scale of 1 to 10. You sit there and you just start rating the girls, right? I guarantee you, the more attractive they are, the higher the price. How do I put it? The higher the prices in general, or the less commercial real estate has dropped. I would also be very curious to look at population growth. I'd also like to look at gross municipal product, but that is regional. It's not like this is just Milwaukee. They'll include the suburbs as well. So I don't know if that data would be precise enough. Oh, by the way, if you're a real economist, you can go ahead and tell me I'm an asshole and tell me I'm wrong. And then get back to what's the elasticity coefficient between oil and grass seed? Think of the applications to the agricultural industry. Thin chicks with big boobs will increase our GDP. How's that for an economic thesis? How's that? You know what I would do? Okay, this is just me. Let's say I were to be elected president, like I start running for president, right? I'd be buying pearl manufacturers or pearl harvesters, people who harvest pearls out of clams, or just go buy up all the pearls, like go to the jewelry stores. Like, I got any real pearls? Well, yeah, we got pearls. Yeah, I'll take all your pearls. Oh, okay. What about those? Are those fake pearls? Be like, yeah, that's just plastic that made it look like pearl. I'll take those too, right? And then when I'm president, all the women and the Democrat soy boy men, they'll need pearls to clutch all the time when I start dropping basic facts. Hotter women make for higher economic growth, and they'll have nothing to clutch. They'll be just clutching air, like, oh my God. And you come in, dude, one pearl, $800. You could clutch it, like, deal. And it gives you the 800, and you could clutch his pearl and be like all the other women. Oh, no. Like Drake keeps reminding, blowjobs per capita. I guarantee you, if there's a way to measure it, you take blowjobs per capita and you correlate it with GDP growth, it's going to be positive. Blowjobs are good for the economy. Quick, get some pearls. Get it in here. We could time it, right? I'll let you know I'm about to say a very harmful, hurty fees, truthy thing. And then you're right there, you're just waiting. And then I'll like tip my hat. I'll give a signal on the teleprompter. And then you guys, you put your sign out like Lucy in the Peanuts. Pearls, $1,000 each. And why would I pay $1,000 each? I say, girls in pencil skirts are hot at corporate America, and men should ask women out at work because you're in the same profession. And then where do I find some pearls to clutch? And then you're like, madam, quick, here, $1,000. Give me 7. Here's some of my husband's money. Oh, they're having sex and forming families and enjoying their life. Oh. No, but all means, you regular economists, go get your PhD at the fucking London School of Economics or U of Chicago. Oh, my goodness. Did you know there's a 0.3% correlation coefficient between people who show up 5 minutes early and labor productivity? Yes, did you know that? Well, I just spent 5 years researching it, and you'll never read my research because no one reads the publication it was published in. But it was peer-reviewed. Oh, Dr. So-and-so. Yeah, we here at CNBC, I'm going to talk to labor economist, Dr. So-and-so. Hey, Dr. So-and-so. Hi. Well, yes, I study many things. Here's some spreadsheet. I would have the spreadsheets. It's just be the data points would be a lot more interesting. I'm not kidding. Look, solve the sex issue, okay? Oh my God, labor force. There's no people being born. I wonder if waistline should be a little thinner. Solve. Why don't you worry about other minor shit, right? Maybe we just stop issuing PhDs in general in economics for a while till we get like a balanced fucking budget, and like we get GDP spending like below 25%, and then we kind of reform Social Security. And I know you really want heated seats in your Lexus, but maybe we put an engine in that works in it first, and then we can get back to the more anal retentive research and analysis. But right now, I'm gonna stick with it. Big tits equal economic growth. Is that my? Should I expect assassins? When is the Fed gonna hunt me down? What? Who do we want to admit? But then girls would have to treat men nice. Oh no! Where are my pearls? Anything but that. We won't want women to encourage men. No, you gotta keep on divorcing them and taking after shit and blaming them for everything. I don't know why men are. The Scooby-Doo mystery continues. Oh, God. Hey, there it is. Here's the guy. Here's Raymond. Subscribe to Ray's channel. $5. I don't know, man. The guys on my channel all seem convinced they still need to live in a major metro centers, but trying to convince them otherwise. So even I gotta imagine your audience is not naive about their. I'm not fishing for more super chats, by the way, Ray, but I gotta imagine young men your age are not as naive as my generation was pre-internet. You guys are a little bit more street smarts. You're aware of the lack of interest on the part of women of forming families and committing early on and all like that. So it can't just be the women. Is it that they don't know that there's other things you can do outside a major metro? Like they all want to go drinking and I don't know, go to theater or something. For anyone from Ray's audience or any of you younger guys, like, look, I go live downtown for a while. Just check it out. Some people thrive in downtown communities. Most won't, but go there, get it out of your system, and then realize that, yeah, there's nothing wrong with Mobile, Alabama. I'm sure there is something wrong with Mobile. There's nothing wrong with, I'm trying to think of a boring, I'm from Nebraska. Well, there's Omaha. There's some charms. You can go fishing, duck hunting, deer hunting, motorcycle riding, a lot of stuff to do everywhere you go. You really just don't have to be by if anything, the major metros are kind of standardized. Here's your sports ball. Here's your downtown. Here's your Irish pub. Look out. Here's your sports bar. This is where everyone goes after the game. The geography outside of the cities provides real diversity. Like hiking in Arizona is different than skiing in Montana or fly fishing in Idaho. Aaron, I need hugs from guys. Clary, $2. I'm lucky enough to get Denver wages 100 miles away. Oh, good for you. You got remote work? Dude, 100 miles away from Denver? As long as you're going west, you're in the mountains. That's great. Even if you're straight north or south, you still got the prairie and you got pretty much population, the entire, all the way from Fort Collins down to Pueblo. You got all the amenities of major metro. And then you just have to shoot 20 miles west into the mountains. So I'm glad you're getting Denver wages 100 miles away. Yeah, you don't want to live in Denver. Aaron, I need hugs from guys. Clary again. Oh, $2. San Diego getting snow Friday. You sure you go? Oh, South Dakota. What was snow when I landed? Let's take a look at weather. Come on, Aaron. Weather. Rapid City. Okay. No, it's gonna be 63 tomorrow, 63 the day after that, 52, 60, 63. Friday, we're getting rain. Looks like it drops back down in the 30s. Yeah, we got on a nice little heat wave out here. Nice little heat wave. When I landed, it was snowing. And then Great One was kind enough to drive me all the way out to my house. And the good news is I got like a gravel driveway. So it's got traction. And we didn't get that much. So it wasn't like he had to drop me off because he couldn't drive in and drive back out. And I had to like hoof through the snow to get to my house. Yeah, we had like 2 inches, but it wasn't that bad. My Truth, the king. $5. Don't worry. Those red states with once TradCon values, Florida, Texas, Utah, Idaho, Alabama, Arkansas, will catch the eminism cancer bug and turn to LA, New York, San Francisco, etc. in time. I think you're right. But I'll be dead by then. And even if it does, look, I don't care. This isn't a matter of opinion anymore. Every place that goes Democrat left, okay, turns into a shithole. And you know who suffers the most? Democrat shithole, the people living in the Democrat shithole. This is why I love tuning into the Twin Cities news still. Oh, businesses are shutting down. These restaurants, these long established, like all their fun is shutting down. All the bars and the cool restaurants and the Red Dragon is closing down after 50 years. You don't have Lee's Liquor Lounge anymore. There's no real music venues anymore. The coffee cafe, it's all closing down. And I hear about the crime, and then I hear about the light rail, and it's now just basically a homeless shelter, and it smells like urine. Chicago, it's the same thing. I'm like, well, keep enjoying. Like, Chad talks about all the Democrat people he knows in Chicago, and they bitch about the price of rent and crime. I can't think of a more deserving group of people. So if people in Florida or Texas become stupid and they vote in stupid policies, then they're going to suffer, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I'm more than happy to move. I don't have to stay if things go bad. I'm like, oh, it looks like the womanism has come here with their variant of socialism. And we're going to make everything free and sing kumbaya. And you can't shoot people on your property. I'll find some dumb sucker of a Californian, sell my house. I'm like, hey, look, it's nestled within the woods. Isn't that nice? And come visit in July. Don't visit in January. Come visit in July. Oh, yeah. $1.7 million. Oh, that's a good deal. Yeah, it is. And then I'll go yeet off somewhere else. I will never live in a Democrat shithole ever again. Ever. There were some benefits back when I was young, and okay, there was a little bit of culture. I did have some good times. Now, fuck you. I don't live where you allow your adults to shit in the streets and steal shit. There it is. It doesn't really have anything to do with taxes or Republicans or Democrats. You allow adults to shit in your streets, and you do not punish criminals. Bye-bye. You're just an evil white male Republican. I guess I am. Enjoy. What's hilarious is you'll see the true believers on social media. Good, we don't want your kind here. I'm like, okay. It's like I broke up with my girlfriend and she got fat and you married her. Like, I'm going to keep her. She's fat and I'm going to keep her. Like, good. You won, buddy. You got my ex. Congratulations. Here's my leftovers. You sure showed me. Enjoy the cold, the taxes, the human feces, and the crime. Oh, and have fun when your kids come back and say they want to cut things off. My Truth. The king. The dudes in those red states, Republican typically blue-pilled will ally with the cancer. Yes, you are right. Wyoming was the first state to grant women's suffrage because men wanted to get laid. I know. Buddy, I just got to last 30 years and then I'm dead. Okay? So and by the way, My Truth, I don't know about what your age is, but I think most of my audience is a little younger than me, especially Raymond. I need you young people to work more and contribute to my Social Security fund. Okay? You young people should pay more in taxes, and you got to work some overtime. Let's contribute to my Cappy Social Security fund. I want a good, healthy Social Security check from you all. You ought to be. I appreciate the suit. I need more super chats, more Social Security. That's what I need. Until they get zeroed out, they'll become the next old LA, New York, San Francisco. Well, here's another interesting thing, though. I've thought about it. If prices in these leftist shitholes become so low, it is possible maybe you go buy them up and renovate them on the cheap and you just put a wall around them. Like, yeah, no, this is a gated community. Yeah, now we got all these nice downtown buildings. And then downtown might actually have it where all the action is. Again, you got the infrastructure for it. I'm just trying to think of a town where there's like natural barriers because then all the parasites are going to want to come in. No. It's all private. It's all gated. The entire downtown. You didn't take care of it. We're a private sector company. We came in. We took care of it. You're not allowed here. We just helicopter out. Oh, you didn't have the advantage. Shh, just go to Edina. That's where the Democrats are. Go complain to them. All right. All the people over there will vote themselves to give you them. Go get in line with all the people in front of the church for the free food. Go to Edina. My truth. The king. $5. All the pearl clutching is kayfabe. When Lana Rhodes, Lana Ray, Riley Reed, Eva Lovia all get forgiven and welcome to Christ. The 304 phrase is condoned versus shamed. Are these all ladies of the adult performances, shall we say? Do they grow corn in Nebraska? McNello, $5. Major metro centers are still fine. I'm an American living in the heart of BGC, Philippines. BGC. That's not Manila. Just don't support the poverty babes. What's BG? Okay, now you got me curious. BGC. BGC. Philippines. Fort Bonifacio. Whoa, that looks fancy. Fort Bonifacio. Where was this compared to where I was? It looks like you were north of me. Where's the airport? What the hell was the airport? Hang on. I came in from the right. There's Manila. I had this dumb idea I'd go to the place where the Great Raid was. Where is that airport? There it is. All right, that's where I hung out. And you were right across the road there. Yeah, the highway, I couldn't cross that because I had such naive dreams and hopes of that. Like I was just gonna walk the earth like Better Bachelor, and I was just gonna meander. I was gonna walk all the way to downtown Manila. There's Fort Bonifacio. Yeah, you were right over there. And then I was gonna maybe catch a ride up north and go to, where was it? Not San Miguel. It's where the Marines liberated. It was the Great Raid. I was gonna go drive up there or something. Nope. Wasn't gonna happen. That was not gonna happen. All right, let's go here. Sincere insincerity. $2. Great one is always right. Any red state is 90s Dems. Yeah. No, it's amazing how South Dakota. I remember they had Tom Daschle when I was a younger man, not that long ago, like 20 years ago. South Dakota was Democrats because we're farmers. We're farmers and we vote for the farmer. We're working around. Like, they're turning into trust fund babies. Stop voting for them. But we're farmers. And now, yeah, I am old enough to remember when the Democrat Party was the Labor Party, or Labour, as the British say, and now they're the Trust Fund Party. I don't care. I'm diversified out of the dollar. Everyone can go fuck off however they want. You could do whatever you want. I'm like Spike Spiegel. I'm like water. I will adapt to whatever form. My truth, the king. $5. Your gated community isn't far-fetched. Gavin Newsom seems to be making a 180 switch. Has his new podcast, Worthless Politicians Selling Other People's Money. What is it? I'd see, that's another thing I wonder, truth. it seemed an awful quick where Elon goes from voting for Obama to now he's a big Trump guy. Zuckerberg, the same thing. Even the CEO of Google showed up. Now, maybe he's not a Democrat or maybe he's not a Republican, but he did show up at Trump's inauguration or whatever it was called. I'm wondering if the billionaires and the smart money, you know what? It could even be the anti-Palestinian shit happening at the campuses, which was largely spoiled liberal white kids from the suburbs wanting to be cool. All of a sudden, the major New York investment houses and the law firms, which disproportionately Jewish, said, fuck you. I'm wondering if these billionaires start to realize the real threat that Democrats pose to the economy, where they're like, oh, shit. We're not going to have an economy to sell to if we keep raising a bunch of entitled little spoiled parasitic victims and bitches. Oh, shit. How many fake lawsuits do we have because Bob asked out Amy in accounting? I'm wondering how many of them started like, oh, crap. We've created some, like, in other words, yeah, it's all nice and cool and popular to say the popular things. And we're just here for the little people. We got to tax the rich and give to the poor. And now they're looking at, hey, the dollar's going to collapse and there won't be fucking shit. And I don't care if you're president and CEO of Disney, there won't be electricity to run your fucking theme parks. I'm wondering if some smarter powers that be came in there, or Silicon Valley started seeing what Newsom did, and they're like, oh yeah, we better start throwing our money behind the more adult of the two parties. And now Gavin Newsom, I don't know. It's weird. Even who's the guy who still has Obama's dick in his mouth? He was the popular TV show person, like was one of the epitomal example of those many nighttime shows, late night with Jon Stewart, and that ilk told my generation, oh my God, Republicans so nerdy and square. Bush, warmonger, am I right? Hey kids, new shiny half black president voting person. Buy now. Don't take him out of the box. He is more valuable that way. And that was the cool thing. Hey, Jon Stewart, was it the cool bro? Was it the cool thing, bro? And then he's all pissed off when Biden pardons his kid. I remember that. I'm like, you fucking dumbass. And now, is it? Oh, shit. The wind's going the other way and at gale force. Oh, I don't know. It's weird. Russell Brand, I mean, he's not necessarily some power broker, but he woke up. I like, dude, it's like I've been in Nakatomi Plaza for 35 fucking, well, that'd be a little bit old, 32 fucking years. 30 years. Hammer, welcome to the party, pal. Where the fuck have you guys been? This whole, we could just have free shit. It's just, oh my God, man. Popular saying with the stuff for the small people, man. Down with the system, man. Oh, shit. We had to work. Oh, wait. The Democrats are corrupt. Oh, shit. What's going to happen to the economy? I have no idea what's going on. But for once, it's going our way. For now. Until someone, I, as a black, Hispanic, lesbian female, just feel, and then everyone, needle goes off the record, a black, Hispanic, lesbian female. Oh, everyone shut up. She's about to speak now. What shall we do for you, madam? We should tank the entire $35 trillion economy because you have a feeling? Oh, yes, right away, ma'am, sir, person. Are your feelings no longer good? Because thank God, I mean, we don't have electricity and the economy's gone to shit and everything, but at least your feelings weren't hurt, sweetheart. Are we past that stage now? We done with that? We can ignore the people who say, as a type of person, gender, I just feel that. Can we start ignoring those low IQ fuckwits now? Where they think how they were born has anything to do with what they're about to say? As a right-handed, brown-eyed white guy, quarter Jew. I just feel you should be kicked in your fucking nuts. Feel you should shut. Really, you should shut. If you have to say that, if you have ever said as a whatever, Black, Hispanic, quadriplegic, you should just shut up. Just shut up. It's okay. Not everybody can be smart. Not everybody can even be average intelligence. As a white female, I feel you should shut up. You should not talk. It's okay to be quiet. We've heard enough. Thank you. We've heard enough. And it's always feel. It's never I know, or I saw some data here. It's always I feel. Oh shit. Oh, you feel? Well, you're right. Let's halt the whole $320 trillion global economy for you, sweetheart. Something happened. Modern wagey, $2. Are remote jobs a viable escape from corporate cuckery? Well, you'll never fully escape. You're still working for a corporation, but it's like now I got to figure out a disease. I guess it's like the common cold or any kind of flu. If you're physically there, you're going to probably suffer from it. If you're not physically there, you won't contract it and suffer from it. Now, it might inconvenience you somehow. But yeah, if you're not there, corporate fuckery doesn't really affect you. So, like when I worked security, I worked the night shift. It was the same corporation. I never ran into people. I never ran into my boss. As long as I did my job, everything was fine. If I think about it, I had nowhere near the problems working security as I did working in banking. And a lot of that has to do with when you're working in banking, you see people and you interact with them. Now you're stepping on everybody's toes. Everybody doesn't like you. You don't like everybody either. Security, there's like, did he show up? No. Did he shit the bed? No. Okay, good. Yay, winning. You show up in person. Now it's the little fraggy-vaggy Americans with their little precious fifis. I don't like the color of this chart. You know, you said something, and Becky was your fan. Fuck you. So yeah, if you're working remote, you're not running into these people in person, and that's great. Then Jessica he looked at me and I felt very uncomfortable. There's none of that. I didn't like the shoes you were wearing. No, there's none of that. I wasn't wearing shoes. I was on a Zoom call without my bare feet. You didn't see it. No one cares. Think of it as school, right? You don't need to go to school. You could go learn that shit through books online. You don't have to go to school. Just go to the library, read it online, right? What you go to school, is it because you're not doing your homework? Was that the majority of the problems? No, it's every fucking asshole out there, whether it's students or teachers, that you're fucking running into. It's where the 95% of your problems was. It wasn't the homework. You either did it or you didn't. And you got the corresponding grade. That was like 5% of your problems. The rest of it was the people. Athamel Deck, you $5. As a Hispanic, handsome, tall, brown boy, I think Aaron is gay. Also, congratulations on wearing a clean hat this time. Look at it. This is I wear this hat just as much as the other one. This has an equal amount of raccoon piss in it. I'm gonna get you one of them for it. I keep looking for them. I don't think they sell them anymore. But yes, thank you, Atham. Well, now that you've qualified your opinion as a Hispanic, handsome, tall brown boy, that's so much more important. Matter of fact, it's more important than anything you said after it. You could just say iggity-oppity oop after that, and we say, oh my God, iggity-oppity oop. Well, he is the tall Hispanic man, so we better. Atham, you know what you should do? You should just go to Minnesota, and then the men of Minnesota will come to you. Oh, excuse me, tall, handsome Hispanic man. Could you fuck my wife? I want to be a good Minnesota man, and I can't be one unless there's another man to fuck my wife. Sincere insincerity. $2 having a peaceful existence is winning, worth gold. Yeah, that's Ray. If you're still listening, you let shit outside of your control lessen your life. That's why I recommended that The Way of Monkey book. Don't worry about it, man. Just tune into Subturd Flinging Monkey, because there's a happy guy and he doesn't he's celibate, purposely. I'm not saying you go down that route. I'm just saying once you come to accept that group A doesn't want to have anything to do with you, no matter how much you might like to do something with them. Once you come to it's like, oh, okay, cool. All right, I'm gonna get on with some things. I'm not gonna let it bother me anymore. I haven't talked to anyone at all today. Okay, I did talk to the coffee people, but I got like 2 weeks of chilling out by myself, and that's fine. I don't need a harem of women. That's okay. I just had coffee, sat in my house, looked out at the trees. Very nice. Got bored, decided to do this. Share my wisdom, share my genius economic thesis doctoral idea. Any one of you economists can or master's PhD students, you can steal that idea. Just credit me with it, saying, Cappy gave me this idea. I decided to do the research. Right. But you let me know which countries grow better and have higher real estate values. The ones with the loud, fat, annoying, masculine women, or the ones with the attractive, thin women that like their men. You let me know how that works. Look how sad academia's gotten itself, like the corner it's painted itself into. That really is it. Like I could 100% walk in. Do women treating their men kindly result in more economic growth? Like, that's a politically incorrect question to ask now in academia. I don't know what the process is to get a PhD thesis approved. But if I want to I want to correlate waistlines to GDP growth, blowjobs to GDP growth. Can't do that. Can't do it. But I can't even say, what if what if we measured how nicely and kindly women treated men in economic growth? Could I do that? Oh, the women, our department would complain. Oh no, women complaining. Oh, that's never happened. Do you have like an emergency response for that? Do we call the National Guard? What happens? Don't anger them. Okay, I won't. I'll just write a book and make more money and gain more notoriety. And I won't have to worry about it being published in some unknown journal, so people might actually hear it, and it might actually tangibly make its way into the minds and thoughts of the American public. But I won't tell it because I don't want to offend anyone in academia. Oh, small penis. All right, that's it. Links to all my shit below, which includes books on economics. I have some courses as well. And my Amazon affiliate link. You do all your shopping, I get a 5% cut. And that's about it. See you guys later, Toodles.